What's going on, guys? It's Travis with Fluid Transport LLC again. Today is March 5th. It is Friday of 2021. Had a lot going on the last few weeks. Videos have been kind of sporadic. Had a few that we made, didn't like them, so we threw those out, and now we're going to get you guys a better video today. So, a recap of the last couple weeks. So, we hired another driver. He's actually holding the camera because we're trying something new today. His name's Chris. He's starting out, getting ready to do a CDL testing. So per that information with Landstar, he can ride it with me, but he can't touch the freight, he can't drive the truck and whatnot, but he has gone in and done some CDL testing. Once he gets his actual CDL or permit, we do have a friend that runs his own company where he'll be going over there for 6 months to a year, getting that driving experience to come back over to Landstar, and we'll put him in the big new truck. So that's the plan. He's riding around the hot shot. We're roughing it. Don't really buy hotels unless it's our 34-hour reset, just to get some comfortability. So both of us sleeping in the Ram 3500. There's 2 bench seats, so he's up front, I'm in the back, and we're just making it work. All last week we were up and down the West Coast, from Washington down to Oregon. Super beautiful, weather permitted, it was great. Got into a little bit of snow over a couple of the passes on I-84 and whatnot, but other than that, we had a great time over there. Had a little delay in loads, and both of us vacation when we were younger down Newport area and in Oregon, so we ended up going crabbing on our delay. We had like a day and a half to burn, so we started out down in Charleston, did a little crabbing there, and then worked our way up to Newport. Had some awesome food being on the coast and whatnot, so yeah, it was a good experience. Those loads were great. We're able to get home for the weekend. Trying to get out of Boise, Idaho, Nampa, Idaho, where we're from. Kind of a pain in the hot shot. We have freight every now and then that leaves there, but most of the time we deadhead out. So we had to go make a choice, either go towards California, which is a 10 or 11 hour drive to get us back out on the road, or go towards Washington. So I guess the decision was made by some information that we had that we'd try to get back up to Washington. That did not really do us well, or so it seemed anyway. A lot of freight was coming out of California, but not Washington. We had some loads that sounded like, up in Washington that would have been promising if we could get up there by the next day. It's only a 7-8 hour drive, so we got up there to Ellensburg, shut down for the night, woke up. Agent told us, hey, that load canceled. The person we're trying to get the freight from kind of flaked out. Went, found another load over around Federal Way, Washington. Went to go pick that stuff up. We were told it was only 10,000 pounds because with this truck and trailers, you guys, if you watch my other videos, you'll see that due to the motor on this truck, we can only haul 14,000. If I were to buy the high output, we could load 16,000 on it. So kind of a disadvantage. This truck and trailer setup over here at Landstar, being 35 feet, 14,000 pounds, only a 3,500 Ram, 2020, the whole 33,000 combined, really puts a damper on things. We're still making money though, but guys, it's a little bit harder over here compared to if we had a 40-foot, could scale 18 to 20,000. It'd be a whole different story. So anyway, we got up there. The freight itself weighed in like almost 17,000 pounds. So we had to order, and the truck not used, so we were pretty much sitting ducks up there. And then an agent that we had been working really close with that has gotten us a lot of loads up and down the coast for power companies sent me a text. They had a load, they weren't sure if they're going to get it. That load fell through, so we're kind of like, man, today is not our day to be out here trucking. And then, I don't know, 30 minutes later, called me back, was like, hey, we got a load. How does New Jersey sound? And we're like, New Jersey? What the heck? Okay, so I had never been to New Jersey. Chris has never been to New Jersey, and we picked it up. The load sits probably 3 feet up off the deck. It's 29 to 30 feet long, and it's for some power pole stuff, and it's going from, or it started out in Hillsboro, Oregon, so we had like 6-7 hours deadhead from our start of the day. Went all the way there, picked it up, was able to get all the way back down to Nampa, Idaho, do a reset, do an oil change, and then got back out on the road. So I'll show you guys the load here in a minute. Just kind of continue the recap. So the agent that we've been getting these loads for, they're based out of Ohio. The route that we're going puts us right up through their agency, and I guess they have a yard with some trucks that are released on the Landstar as well. They have dealt with us and been super professional, and in turn we've navigated a lot of headaches with 2 loads picking up. Kind of what happened the previous week, we had a load down out of Sparks, Nevada. There was 2 trucks that were ordered. The customer said that there was only one going back to Boise, which was us, and ended up getting that load, having to do a Landstar BCO class, a CAPS class, so I was in the truck doing that, and right down the road, about, I don't know, less than a mile from where we picked up, another company that picked up Landstar freight, another non-CDL hotshot, I guess that was the load we were supposed to have. It was too long for them, too heavy, and more like, I guess, running down on the story here is we had to go back, and so on a break in my class, you know, it was only 2-3 minutes down the road, got over there, they swapped off the freight, we were able to secure it up and everything, and whatnot. But this agency, you know, has been really, really good to us. Our communication with them, we hold the highest, you know, standards for professionalism. So we keep communication. I always take pictures. There's a bunch of things I do in order to keep our agents happy, to show that we're responsible, to show that the freight's being secured properly. And it's kind of a double token for us there, because one, it's showing that we're on top of our game, but 2, it's a liability thing. If a customer says, hey, this was strapped in correctly, hey, this should have had edge protectors, they can go back and say, hey, these guys loaded properly, there's edge protectors, it's time stamped, it's the whole 9. You know, and being on time, being early if we can, you know, and to update our arrival times, where we shut down at every night, just the little things. It's kept us in really good favor and you know, respect with this agency. So kind of an awesome thing. We're headed out through Nebraska, down, you know, through Ohio, and then on to New Jersey. Looks like we're actually going to meet this agency. They called us and said, hey, you know, if you take this other route, it adds like 30 minutes. If you guys do that, it'd be really nice to meet you guys and you know, talk further business. So for us, this is a huge thing. It's an agency that hasn't really let us down. They have a ton of freight. You know, there's just so much that can be built here between, you know, owner operator and an agency that can keep us working. So we're really going to start focusing the next couple weeks. I'm planning on being out probably 2 to 4 weeks this time, and they swear that, you know, over in Ohio they can get us loads like crazy all in the Midwest and keep us running. The West is okay. As you guys know in previous videos, I, you know, did the whole South Texas run over to Florida. There's good money there. It's hit and miss if you don't know the right agencies, and it sounds like these guys can, you know, be a step ahead of us to be like, hey, you're dropping, you know, what's your time like? I got a load, will you guys make it? You know, we communicate yes or no, or yeah, can you buy us some more time, you know, from the drop if the customer, you know, allow, if it's not something that needs to be rushed. And they're willing to work with us, and that's something huge. You know, we keep our truck, trailer in tip-top shape. We don't, you know, go over on our maintenance. We just did the oil change on this. You know, we're right around 7,500 miles. You know, Ram says you can push them out to 14,000, but just to keep the truck in good, you know, good condition, we know for ourselves that things are being done properly to mitigate any, you know, loss of time on the road. So that's huge. But enough of me talking about that. Let's go check out the load. So these are light poles, I guess, that they're using. Kind of crazy that they order out of Hillsboro, Oregon. They're essentially, like, from the look of it, like 4x4s. They're just paired up together in these bundles. There's, I believe, 7 of them stacked up. So there's a row of 3 on this side, a row of 3 on the other, and then one beam going across the top. You know, you can see how on stacks of 3 by DOT rules, they talk about gut wrapping every so often. So you know, we made sure that happened. This is a super easy load, lightweight, aerodynamic. I mean, we're getting like 10 miles per gallon fuel-wise compared to when we're heavy. You know, you're in between 4 and 6 miles per gallon. So this is a money-making load for us. It also allows, we got probably 2.5, 3 feet of deck on this side and about the same on the other. So if we find something that we can push off to the side as we go, then you know, we can use this as a partial and keep adding to our weekly revenue. That's going to be huge for us. You know, the new trailer tires that I got on this, I believe these ones are the Michelin's. Super thrilled with them. They've been great to us. Haven't had any issues with the trailer tires. We were rerouted on a really bad Forest Service road, super tight corners when we were in Oregon because the highway like caved in. Had no issue with traction on the trailer. The truck, on the other hand, we swapped out tires. We ended up getting away from the high country branded tire. They were an all season, different tread pattern, but we were noticing that we'd go out for about 2-3 weeks, you know, put maybe 14, anywhere from like 7,000 to 14,000 miles on those tires on the rear, and they were just getting eaten up. We're getting really weird wear, and I'm not sure why I was doing it, but the outside dual was wearing down faster than the inside. We had everything measured, mic'd out. There's no bent axle on this thing. So we decided to go with a different tire. We got these Continental terrain contacts. They're an all-season tire. These things ride so much quieter, handle great as far as traction, and you know, we only have probably 1,000 to 2,000 miles on them so far, so we'll see how the longevity works. Any of you guys that are watching this have a preference for a stock tire, because I do not want to go to 19.5s on this 3500. But if you guys have a brand of tire that you personally can vouch for, it might be worth me ordering in through our tire shop. We use WHAAAT. They're amazing as far as their customer service, and it supports you know, the business within our town. But yeah, if you guys know of a better tire that we should be trying out here, it's kind of an all season or highway once it gets warm, where we're out of the snow season, feel free to shoot me a message or you know, give me your guys' ideas, because we're new, you know, out here on the road with this type of stuff. And so you know, if you can find us something more dependable and durable that, you know, will last, that we're not changing them out every 5-6 weeks, then you know, that would be definitely helpful. But yeah, other than that, guys, you know, I'll produce a video, maybe get Chris on camera so he can kind of tell you a little bit about himself. You know, he's a friend that I've known from, I believe, junior high, maybe even elementary. Just, I don't know, I have to ask him on that. But we've known each other for a while, and so he kind of saw that I was doing this stuff on Facebook, wanted to get into trucking. We're looking to extend our fleet, and you know, especially in his case, this isn't something overnight where bam, he's driving a truck the next day for us. So it's a really good chance for him to ease into it, see kind of, you know, the freight that Landstar has, because when he comes over here, he wants to do, you know, a big truck with a 48 or 53 foot flatbed. So this is like a little micro one of those. So, you know, you get an idea that we don't do normally these types of loads. It's going to be odd, you know, chaining, strapping. It's never the same thing. There's a lot of variety in our freight, and so every day is a new challenge. It's not the same boring old stuff. That's what makes this job nice. You know, I'm proud to say that we own a company that every day I'm not bummed out or like, oh, I gotta go to work. It's actually enjoyable. You know, we have more and more people messaging us all the time like, hey, what do I got to do to get into this? And like always, you know, feel free to comment. If you want, you can email us at flitTransportLLC@gmail.com. And if you have any questions that you don't want to leave on the YouTube page or be more direct, you can do that. If you email me, I'm pretty good about giving out my company phone number through that. It's a little bit more secure than just throwing it out on the internet. But if it's something where you want to have a phone conversation and talk about, hey, how's Hot Shot working for you? you know, I'll show you guys probably after this next 4 weeks, you know, with the whole new presidency and all that stuff, and fuel prices going up, we'll see how our profit and loss margins work, so you guys can get more of a realistic idea of what we're dealing with out here. You know, I don't smooth over anything. There are hard days. There are days where you blow tires or wear them out. Luckily, I haven't had any blowouts. I've had flats when I've rolled into places. Got them changed out. No, you know, catastrophic damage to anything. So we're, you know, like I said, we're tip top on our maintenance to try to mitigate all that and everything. But I'll show you the ins and outs of this stuff. You know, if you take care of your equipment, it's going to take care of you. And you know, like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. You know, if you know anybody that likes these videos, can find value, please share, like, subscribe. You guys know what to do there. And like I said, if you got questions, feel free to reach out. We have all the time in the world. You know, if we're not loading or strapping or unstrapping, we're pretty much free all day. And I guess depending on cell phone service too. But yeah, no, we're easy to get a hold of, and we'd love to give you guys, you know, some of our time to go over, you know, what this job is and see if it's something that might fit you guys as well. Get you started on your own journey. So until then, appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video.